Well, Mark, once again we come to you with the person who will be bringing the recommendations from President Uhuru Kenyatta into the House this afternoon, and that is none other than the Leader of Majority in the National Assembly, Aden Duale, who will be talking about what they have agreed in State House and how do they intend to push these recommendations from the President, noting that most members of Parliament who are speaking outside are really talking against it. What do the members that he had at State House talk about, and probably how many members attended that meeting? He is the highest leader of authority, and he is the one who was changed and now is almost the government representative in the National Assembly. Now, Leader, today morning you had that meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta. What are the recommendations and how do you intend to approach this as a Jubilee party?
Number one, we are very lucky and we are happy that over 181 members of the Jubilee party and its affiliates attended this morning Jubilee parliamentary group meeting. In attendance was the President, who is our party leader, the Deputy President, who is our Deputy Party Leader, the Secretary General of our party, Honorable Raphael Tuju, and the number of members of Parliament I have stated, 181. And in agreement, we discussed the memoranda of the President. The President took us through the memoranda, and in uniform, we have agreed that the 5 areas that the President is returning to Parliament based on the Finance Bill 2018 in exercise of his powers under Article 115 of the Constitution, we are going to support it. So you can imagine if the Jubilee Party supports the President, then it will be a difficult task for any other member to raise the required 233 members to object the presidential memoranda and referral. 2, we have also discussed about in order to balance the budget in conformity with the PFM Act, so that the budget that we passed on the 14th of June 2018 balances with the revenue available, both projected and donor. We have agreed that this afternoon I am going to table the budget estimates for the appropriation supplementary 2018-2019, and it will be referred to the Budget and Appropriation Committee. So we have agreed at the PG that the Budget and Appropriation Committee will look at how to raise the various cuts from all arms of government, the executive, the county government, Parliament, and other areas. But of course, on the matter of CDF and the National Affirmative Action for the Women Rep, we have also taken a position that will be communicated to the Budget Committee by our respective members from our party.
Well, that is very well said, and you've spoken about 5 areas that have been contentious, and including them is the matter of CDF, and members feel like the CDF will be reduced and they will not be able to touch on it. The other matter is the Affirmative Action Fund. There is the matter on housing and the money that is proposed to be taxed, and all these questions. How have you been able
I think
to,
there's a bit of a mixture. What the President is returning, the 5 items is returning, are 5 items that were in the Finance Bill 2018. So CDF or National Government Fund are not in the Finance Bill. But the Finance Bill deals with taxation measures, how to raise taxes. So CDF and national and the affirmative program for the women reps is sectors that the budget funded. What the President has returned, and it will be communicated to the House by the Speaker through a message from His Excellency the President, are taxes that the House disagreed with the President. One of them is the House in the finance bill said the 16% fuel VAT fuel levy is postponed to 2020. The President is saying, I listen to the concerns of the people of Kenya, and that tax, that VAT on petroleum products will be chargeable at 8%. So the Jubilee parliamentary group have endorsed that. Of course, what the other thing which is in the President memorandum is the housing and other issues. So this afternoon we will know that. Those are now, the memorandum has nothing to do with the CDF. Now, in order to balance the budget, because this budget, and the House is aware, has certain deficit. It has a shortfall. It has a hole. For us to fill that hole, to fill that gap or that shortfall, because we are not providing how that amount is to be financed, then the Budget and Appropriation Committee will look at how to reduce budgets of other key sectors in government, in the national government, in the county government, in Parliamentary Service Commission, and in other sectors of government, including constitutional office holders. And that is the function of the Budget and Appropriation Committee, in which we are given direction to our members who sit in that committee.
Then there's, now coming back to this finance bill, the Finance Bill 2018, and members of Parliament now feel like most of them whom we are talking to are saying that their constituents have sent them with regards to the 8%, and it's not a reduction from 16% per se, but it is an increase from 0 to 8%. How have you been able to tackle this as a party so that you come and communicate it to other members and understand it better?
181 members of Jubilee Party were convinced beyond reasonable doubt by our party leader, by our deputy party leader, on the rationale behind the 8% VAT on petroleum products. 181 is a very, very critical number, my friend. And that number plus ourselves, who are in the leadership, will go out and convince our colleagues from the NASA side. So that is my work. And fundamentally, the House is under obligation, under this system, after the 2010 Constitution. The National Assembly has the powers of the budget making process. And the House cannot make a budget that is not balanced. In fact, it will be illegal for the President to sign a finance bill or an appropriation bill, budget appropriation bill, on a budget that is not balancing. It will be committing an illegality, and that is why we have recalled the House for a special session to correct those illegalities.
So with regards to one of the questions that I was asking is the matter that Kenyans feel like this 8% that is already being charged on fuel is going to have a ripple effect, that even most of the things that they are going to have, it is going to affect even production. So the end product, who is the common mwananchi, is going to suffer more with regards to the raise in prices of the commodities that they buy on a day-to-day basis.
In fact, and I want to speak to Kenyans, that you should not allow people to use this taxation to reap and make money out of you. If this 16% is charged today on petroleum products, the requirement, the parallel analysis done by ERC and the budget and NTSA, it is equivalent cost on 16% was about 7 shillings. So if you are charging transport between point A to point B, you are charging 100 shilling, you are supposed to charge 107 shilling. But what's happening now? Transporters and all other people are charging 40-50%. Now that the President has reduced that to 8%, the amount to be charged will be about 3 shilling or 4 shilling above what was being charged before. So this thing of ripple effect is not there. And every economy must raise resources to implement serious projects. We must pay for free primary education. We must pay for free secondary education. We must connect more people to electricity. We must pay our national debt. We must increase the equipment available in hospitals. We are providing maternal health care. In the last 5 years, this government transferred more than ₦1 trillion to county governments. So you cannot compare this administration to the previous administration of President Kibaki, which didn't have a devolved system of government.
Well, thank you very much, Majority Leader. Now, as we've been told, is that ODM is almost coming on to tell us what they have said or what has transpired at that particular point. Right now, it's back to you, Mark, in studio.